thought I'd ease you in with a nice kids party friendly look, the classic Halloween killer clown. Hi, my name is Anna and I love dressing up for Halloween. Now, when it comes to special effects makeup, I'm not a professional. I'm completely self-taught, but that means that if I can do it, then you can too. I have to say that some of the products I will be using can be a little bit unpleasant if used incorrectly. So be super careful, because I speak from personal experience when I say that you do not want to lose an eyebrow to liquid latex. If you thought that charcoal face masks were bad, they have nothing on liquid latex. Over the next 6 weeks I will be recreating some of my favourite looks that I've done on myself and other people over my time at university. And there will be something a little bit gory, something a little bit glam, if not a little bit green. Hopefully there'll be something for everyone. So I think it's time to get started, and I hope that you enjoy. I started off with clean hands and a clean face, just whipping out one of my everyday contacts and popped in a Chroma View contact lens in black Hellraiser. Next, I stuck down my eyebrows, as I'll be putting liquid latex really close and I didn't want any accidents. To do this, I brushed them upwards using a spoolie. Then, using washable glue, in this case I'm using a Pritt stick, swiping in an upwards motion, I stuck my brows down until they were as flat as I could get them, ensuring I hadn't missed any areas. I then took a beauty blender and used it to apply some Rimmel London Stay Matte powder in translucent over the area. A loose powder would have worked better, however I discovered I'd run out when I sat down to use it. I then took my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in Fair Neutral and blended this over the top to soften my brows, not block them out completely. I then began to apply a thin layer of Kryolan liquid latex. I did this in a rough triangle. I kept the bottom of the triangle flat just above my brow and extended the point of the triangle up my forehead towards my hairline. I repeated this for my other brow before mirroring the triangle below my eyes, keeping the flat side of my triangle as close to my eye as I could, whilst being incredibly careful, as although it's never happened to me, I imagine getting liquid latex in your eye is an incredibly uncomfortable experience. It doesn't matter if the triangles are somewhat mismatched, as this will add to the effect of the look, as long as the placement of the mirroring is close. I then used the latex to extend my mouth into a smile, ending the latex at about the tops of my cheekbones. The line drawn with the latex wants to be thinner at the mouth, widening as it gets to your cheekbone. Once I had marked out my latex and was happy with it, I began to build it up in thin layers, allowing each layer to dry fully in between. Depending on how thick you want the skin flaps of the wounds to be depends on how many layers of latex you need to do. You can vary this from cut to cut if you wish. I did about 5 or 6 layers overall, however this is totally up to personal preference. In between applying latex layers, I applied 2 small scars using Meron's Rigid Collodion. I added these near the mids of my cheekbones on the outside of the extended smile. I added a layer of Rigid Collodion with each layer of latex. You don't need a lot of this, and if using it, please be careful around your eye and lip area as it tightens the skin. A tip if you struggle to get an edge on your latex is to gently pinch where you want to start cutting, and the latex should lift enough for you to get the scissors underneath it. Again, please be really careful not to cut your own skin whilst doing this. Go really slowly and give this the time it deserves. Once the latex and Rigid Collodion had dried, I applied a coat of Snazaroo's face paint in white. To make this look more even, I used a sponge and dabbing motions. I spread the paint over my face and took it slightly down my neck. When the paint had dried, I took some nail scissors and very carefully started to cut the latex. I made full neat cuts in the latex with the intention of widening and adding detail once I was happy with the incisions. When I was happy with this, I widened the cuts, focusing especially on the injuries above and below my eyes for this section, before snipping at the edges of the wounds to give the impression of jagged skin. When I was happy with this, I began to shape my wounds using Meron's bruise wheel. I started by filling in the inside of the wounds using a detail brush and the brown colour, making sure to get under the edges of the latex. I then took the darkest colour and shaded the very edges of the wounds, pushing this even further under the latex before blending these colours together. This adds some depth to the wounds and makes the wounds look like they're not just sitting on the surface of your skin. Make sure you repeat this for all the injuries to the face. I then took the red colour and patted this messily down the centre. I then added some red eyeshadow around the wounds to give the impression of irritated skin peeking from under the face paint. Before using the handle of a brush to apply some Smithy's scab gel for added texture. I finally added some Meron fake blood to the wounds, adding a final drop to the centre of my lips, leaving the rest of my lips white. I took a fluffy blending brush and the colour Blackjack from the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette and blended this roughly into my eyelids and just under my eyes. I then blended a small circle onto the very tip of my nose using the same colour. I then took Snazaroo's face paint in black, a thin paintbrush, and painted a small circle on the very tip of my nose, filling this in, before finally adding a small black dot at the point of each of the triangles below my eyes and a small black dot at the very top point of the triangles above my eyes. And there you have it, a killer clown. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Please like, subscribe and share if you enjoyed it. All products used in this video will be in the description bar below, and if you want to follow me for updates, I'll post a link to my social media down there as well. Please join me next week at 7 PM when I'll be showing you how to transform yourself into everybody's favourite plant lady, Poison Ivy.